Hello everyone, this is Aurora from Susan's family. Today, I'm going to show you a piece from the Chinese Aesthetics series, the Sheng Yi Motif Blanket, which includes a cushion. This cushion consists of a back piece, a front piece, and an edging. When crocheting the edging, leave an opening on the side, and attach buttons at the opening position. Now let's first learn how to make the back piece. The technique is to crochet a motif 1 first, then crochet the granny square on top. First, let's learn how to crochet motif 1. Motif 1 starts with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet counterclockwise and rounds outward. Several crochet stitches will be applicated, and they will all be explained in the chart, so I won't list them all here. Now, let me demonstrate. For your convenience in watching, I'll demonstrate using cotton yarn. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the paper instructions. Let's start with the first round. Begin with a magic ring. Then work 1 chain as beginning chain. This chain counts as the turning chain for the single crochet. The turning chain for the single crochet does not count as a stitch. Next, in the magic ring loop, crochet 8 single crochets. After completing, tighten the magic ring. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Now move on to the second round. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. Continue by crocheting 1 single crochet and 2 chains into the first stitch. While crocheting, place the yarn tail from the previous round above the hook and secure it together. This round will be worked into each stitch of the previous round. Crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains into each stitch. Follow this pattern to complete the entire round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the second round is complete. For the next round, you need to switch colors. Here, secure the yarn tail first. Crochet 1 chain to secure. Stretch the loop. Leave a 5 cm tail and cut. Pull tight. Leave this yarn tail for now, and don't deal with it. You can wrap it in while crocheting later. You can also hide it according to your preference. Following the texture, continue with the third round. Join the yarn at the chain on the left side of the slip stitch from the second round. Take out the required yarn. Make a slip knot with the yarn. Crochet the loop and adjust its size. This completes the joining of the yarn. For all subsequent yarn joining positions, you can proceed with this method. Next, crochet a 5DC popcorn stitch. We'll refer to it as the popcorn stitch moving forward. The technique for this stitch is, first, work 5 double crochets in the desired position. Since this is the start of the round, here we chain 3 to start, which serves as the turning chain for the double crochet. This counts as 1 stitch. Continue by working the remaining 4 double crochets into the chain space below. Now you've completed 5 double crochets. Enlarging the loop. Insert the hook under the 2 top loops of the turning chain. Draw the loop through. Gently pull to tighten, then secure with a chain. 1 popcorn stitch is now completed. Crochet 4 chains. Then skip the next stitch and work into the chain space on the left side. Crochet 1 popcorn stitch. First, make 5 double crochets. Next, enlarge the loop. Insert the hook into the first stitch, and draw the loop through. Secure with a chain. The popcorn stitch is now completed. Crochet one more chain. Take a look. The pattern for this round is as follows. Skip the single crochet from the previous round, and work into the chain spaces. Crochet one popcorn stitch in each chain space. Between each two popcorn stitches, alternate with intervals of 4 and 1 chains. Follow the instructions, refer to the chart, and complete this round. After finishing, pick up the small hole above the first popcorn stitch, or slip stitch through any 2 strands. Pull tight. And that completes the 3rd round. Next, weave in the ends. Then move on to the 4th round. On the right side of the 3rd round, join yarn in the chain space of 1 single crochet. Work 1 chain. Crochet 1 single crochet, 1 chain. And on the chain space of the 4 chains on the left side, crochet 8 double crochets and 1 chain. Take a look. This round is worked on the previous round. In the chain space of 1 chain, hook 1 single crochet. On the chain space of 4 chains, crochet 8 double crochets. Work 1 chain as an interval between the single crochet and double crochets. Continue downward following the pattern chart. Finish this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The 4th round is now completed. Next, secure the yarn. Take a look. Now the motif has roughly turned into a square shape. Continue with the 5th round. This round requires changing colors while crocheting. For convenience in explanation, I will refer to the color used first as the main color. The color added later will be called the contrasting color. Start with the main color. Locate the position on the edge of the square in the 3rd round. That is, the space between these 2 popcorn stitches. Join the yarn in this gap. Then crochet 1 popcorn stitch and switch to the contrasting color yarn. First, complete 5 double crochets. When joining the yarn here, there's no need to tie a knot. Simply leave a tail and draw the yarn through. Then crochet these 5 double crochets. While crocheting, wrap around the 4th round at the same time. Then draw the loop through from the position of the first stitch. Next, take the contrasting color yarn. Crochet 1 chain to secure. This completes the popcorn stitch. And the color change is also done. Continue using the contrasting color. On the stitch of the double crochet on the left side, crochet 1 back post double crochet. The technique for this stitch is as follows. Yarn over the hook, insert from back to front through the current stitch and come out. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this step twice. This completes 1 back post double crochet. Then crochet 1 chain chain for an interval. While crocheting here, you can place the main color yarn from back to front over your hook to carry it along. This makes it convenient for the following crochet work. Next, work another back post double crochet. Yarn over. Draw out from the back of the next stitch on the left. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over and pull the yarn through. Yarn over again, and draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 2 times. Another back post double crochet is now completed. Crochet 1 more chain for an interval. Still, pay attention to wrapping the yarn. For all the following steps, you'll continue wrapping the yarn while crocheting chains. Continue working a back post double crochet on each double crochet stitch. Work 1 back post double crochet in every double crochet stitch. Keep going until you reach the stitch on the left. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Crochet another back post double crochet, and switch back to the main color yarn. First, work an incomplete back post double crochet. Yarn over, exit through the stitch position. Insert into the chain space on the left side. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The incomplete back post double crochet is now worked. Pick up the main color yarn. Yarn over and pull through. This completes the back post double crochet, and the color change is also completed. We will consider the finished part as one group. Continue repeating the pattern for 3 groups in this round. Mind that the popcorn stitch involves switching colors while securing with a chain. Then work the back post double crochet on the double crochet stitch. When crocheting the chain, remember to carry the yarn. And when you reach the stitch on the left side, switch back to the main color. This completes another group. Following the previous demonstration, refer to the chart and finish this round. After completion, at the first popcorn stitch, pick up the small hole above, or slip stitch through any 2 strands. This completes the 5th round. Next, deal with the yarn tails. Here, the main color also has a reserved tail before breaking the yarn. You can hide it along the wrong side of the piece. Now let's move on to the 6th round. Locate the slip stitch position from the previous round. Count the first chain to the left. Join the yarn there. Then make 3 chains to start. Continue with 1 double crochet in the joining spot. Then skip the next stitch. Work 3 double crochets on the left chain. Take a look. Between each back post double crochet from the last round, there is 1 chain space. In the first and last chain spaces of such a group, work 2 double crochets on both the first and last chain spaces. For the rest of the sections, work 3 double crochets. After completing, skip directly over the popcorn stitch. Continue working on the chain spaces between the back post double crochets. Note that on the first and last chain spaces, work 2 double crochets. For the remaining parts, work 3 double crochets. Proceed downward following the pattern and refer to the chart to complete this round. Upon completion, join with a slip stitch in the starting chain. Pull tight. This completes the 6th round. Then secure the yarn tails. Next, work on the 7th round. Join the yarn with a slip stitch from the previous round. Make 1 beginning chain. Continue at the joining point. Work 1 single crochet. Then on the left stitch, work 1 single crochet, followed by 2 half double crochets. Work 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet increase. The technique for a double crochet increase is to work 2 double crochets in the same position. Work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. That completes 1 double crochet increase. Continue with 3 more double crochets. Next, on the left stitch, work 1 treble crochet, then make ch4 picot, and 1 treble crochet. Start with 1 treble crochet, yarn over the hook twice, insert the hook into the stitch and draw the yarn through, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Now work a ch4 picot. We'll refer to it as picot from now on. Start with 4 chains. Then pick up the front loop of the next stitch, and 1 loop from the left side. Together, make 1 slip stitch. Pull tight. That completes 1 picot stitch. Continue at the insertion point of the previous treble crochet. Work 1 treble crochet. After completing it, continue to work evenly. Crochet 3 double crochets, 1 double crochet increase, 1 double crochet, 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets. Then work 1 front post single crochet. This stitch is worked on the popcorn stitch from the 5th round below. The technique is to insert the hook from the right side gap of the popcorn stitch and come out from the left side gap. Yarn over and draw the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through the loops on your hook. That completes the front post single crochet. Now, treat the completed section as one group. Repeat the pattern for one group to complete this round. Mind that the front post single crochet should insert under the entire popcorn stitch from the round below before crocheting. Continue to finish this. After completion, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The 7th round is now completed. Next, secure the yarn. Carry on to the 8th round. Pay attention, the stitch insertion point for this round is slightly different. Take a look at the back of the stitch. There is a horizontal line like this. For this round, except for the stitches crocheted on the CH4SL picket from the previous round, all other stitches should be worked into the horizontal line, at the back of the corresponding stitch from the previous round. First, join the yarn on the horizontal line, at the back of the 4th stitch to the left from the previous round. Then, work 2 chains as the beginning chain. This will serve as the turning chain for the half double crochet, and it counts as 1 stitch. Then work 3 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet increase. And then 1 treble crochet. After completing these, pick up the chain space of the picket on the left side, and work 1 treble crochet into it. Then work 2 chains and 1 treble crochet. Next, continue picking up the horizontal line, at the back of each stitch, and work correspondingly. Proceed by referring to the chart and the previous demonstration. Complete this round. Pay attention to the middle position of one side. You need to skip 3 stitches like this, and continue crocheting on the next stitch. Keep going and finish this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Pull tight. Now the 8th round is completed, then secure the yarn. This completes motif 1. You can turn to the wrong side, and weave in the yarn tails. Trim any excess yarn tails. In the following crocheting, after each motif or piece is completed, you should turn to the wrong side, and weave in the ends. After finishing, measure the width of motif 1. When measuring, measure along the side edge. Do not measure through the center. Compare the measurement with the data provided in the chart. If there is a significant difference, you need to adjust the tension of your hands, or change the crochet hook size and recrochet. Note that motif 1 comes in different color schemes. Refer to the chart and crochet the required amount of motif 1. Next, let's move on to the granny square section. This part is crocheted in rounds on top of motif 1. No new stitch techniques are used here. Now, let's show the demonstration. Here, I will demonstrate the crocheting method using a sample swatch. The specific motif is not used as a reference. Find the corner position of the motif. Join the yarn there. Then make 3 chains as beginning chain. Crochet 1 double crochet. 1 chain. Then skip 3 stitches. Work DC 3 and 1 on the next stitch. Here, for convenience in the following demonstration, we will call it a leaf. Continue with 1 chain as interval. Skip 3 stitches. Crochet 1 leaf on the next stitch. One chain. Then skip 4 stitches. In the space between 2 double crochets, work 1 leaf. One chain. Skip 4 stitches. Crochet 1 leaf and 1 chain. Skip 3 stitches, then crochet 1 leaf and 1 chain. Then at the base chain space on the left side, crochet 1 leaf, 2 chains, 1 leaf and 1 chain. After finishing, take a look. This round involves crocheting leaves and 1 chain on the stitches. At the corner position with 2 chains, crochet 1 leaf, 2 chains, 1 leaf and 1 chain. Pay attention to the middle of one side. The leaf should be crocheted in the gap. On both sides, skip 4 stitches before crocheting. For all other positions, skip 3 stitches. Follow the pattern chart to finish this round according to the rule. When you reach the joining position, continue crocheting on the chain space. Crochet 1 leaf, 2 chains, then crochet 1 double crochet. This will form a group of leaves with the first 2 double crochets. Together they make 1 leaf group. Continue with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Tighten it up. Now the first round is complete. Next, secure the yarn ends. Let's move on to the second round. First, join the yarn at the corner position on the right side. Then work 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by working 1 double crochet in the chain space. Then work 1 chain. After completing, work 1 leaf on the edge of each side at the left side position. Work 1 leaf on the edge of 1 chain on the left. Work 1 chain between the leaves as an interval. Keep crocheting until you reach the corner position on the left side. Then at the corner position, work 1 leaf. Work 2 chains. One leaf and 1 chain. Take a look after completing it. This round is divided into edges and corner positions. On the edge with 1 chain, work 1 leaf. At the corner with 2 chains, work 2 leaves. These 2 leaves are separated by 2 chains. The rest of the positions are separated by 1 chain. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to finish this round. Finally, complete the stitch technique at the corner position. Join with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Pull tight. At this point, round 2 is complete. Next, secure the yarn. Take a look. For the following section of the back piece in the granny square, the crochet method will be identical to round 2. Refer to the previous demonstration and pattern. Continue crocheting until you reach the desired number of rounds. For the exact number of rounds, please refer to the chart. That concludes the explanation of the back piece. Next, let's move on to the front piece. It consists of fabric piece 1, and the outer edge motifs. Among these, fabric piece 1 includes motif 1, motif 2, and motif 3, plus the edging. First, crochet the required motifs separately. After sewing them together in the correct positions, crochet the border around the outer edge of fabric piece 1. Then, work the outer edge motifs. After sewing them together in the correct positions, sew them together with the fabric piece. The demonstration of motif 1 on the back piece has already been shown. You can refer to the previous demonstration for crocheting. Next, let's crochet motif 2. Use the magic ring method. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include the back post single crochet and the DC2 bobble. Pay attention here. The first 4 rounds of motif 2 are crocheted in the same way as the first 4 rounds of motif 1. Refer to the chart and crochet the first 4 rounds first. This is the swatch after completing them. Continue with round 5. Find round 3 first. These 2 popcorn stitches. Join the yarn in the gap between them. Leave a tail and draw the yarn through directly. Then crochet 1 popcorn stitch. After completing, skip the chains. Work a back post single crochet into the double crochet stitch on the left. Crochet a back post single crochet. The technique for this stitch is, exit from back to front through the current stitch, insert into the left stitch, yarn over and draw the yarn through, yarn over again, and pull through the loops on your hook. The back post single crochet is now completed. Continue working back post single crochets correspondingly. Crochet a total of 8 stitches. Note, for the 8th stitch, exit from back to front through the current stitch, insert into the position of the left chain space, then complete this stitch. After completing, consider the finished section as one group. Repeat this group pattern to finish the round. Upon completion, join with a slip stitch in the popcorn stitch. Pull tight. The 5th round is now done. Then secure the yarn tails. Continue with round 6. Count 3 stitches to the left starting from the popcorn stitch in the previous round. Join the yarn at this stitch. Now work a DC2 bobble. The technique for this stitch is, first, work 2 incomplete double crochets into the same position, since it's the start of the round. Here, work 2 chains as the incomplete double crochets. Match the position where the yarn was joined below. Continue working in this position. Work an incomplete double crochet, yarn over, insert and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. The incomplete double crochet is now done. You have now completed 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and pull the yarn through all remaining loops on the hook. The DC2 bobble is now complete. The stitch at the top right, then work 1 chain for the interval. Continue with a DC2 bobble. First, in the same stitch, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull the yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. 1 incomplete double crochet is now done. Work another one. The DC2 bobble is now complete. Continue with 1 chain for the interval. Take a look, it matches up here. On each back post single crochet, work 1 DC2 bobble. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 1 chain as an interval. Follow this pattern until you reach the next popcorn stitch. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Simply skip the popcorn stitch. And also skip 1 stitch on the left side. Continue crocheting on the next stitch. Then continue working on each back post single crochet. Make a DC2 bobble. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 1 chain as an interval. Note that you should skip the popcorn stitch, and 1 stitch on the left side. Leave these unworked. Follow the pattern and refer to the chart to finish this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the 6th round is complete. Next, weave in the ends. Now let's move on to the 7th round. First, at the position to the left of the slip stitch from the previous round, join the yarn in the chain space. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Continue by working 2 double crochets into the same chain space. Skip stitches and work 3 double crochets into the next chain space on the left. Work 3 double crochets into the chain space. Continue skipping stitches. Then work 1 ch4 picket. After completing it, skip the next stitch. In the chain space on the left, work 1 treble crochet and 3 double crochets. Continue skipping stitches. In the next 2 chain spaces on the left, work 3 double crochets in each of them. After finishing, pick up the popcorn stitch from the 5th round below, and work 1 front post double crochet. After completing this section, consider it as one group. This round is repeated by following this group pattern. Continue referring to the chart to finish this round. After finishing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the 7th round is completed. Then secure the yarn. Move on to the 8th round. This round will be crocheted behind the stitches of the previous round. Start at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Count 3 stitches to the left. Join the yarn behind the 3rd stitch. Make 1 beginning chain. Continue by picking up a strand behind the stitch. Work 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 6 double crochets. Two chains. After completing, be mindful to skip the picket stitch. Start behind the stitch of the treble crochet on the left side, crochet 6 double crochets. One half double crochet and 2 single crochets. Then work 3 slip stitches. Don't pull the slip stitches too tight. The strand behind the middle stitch is a bit lower. Make sure not to miss it. Then continue with 1 more single crochet. Treat the completed section as one group. This round repeats the pattern of this group. Refer to the chart and finish this round all the way down. The strand behind the beginning chain can be used. You can pick any strand from the back to crochet. After completion, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. Now the 8th round is completed. Next, weave in the ends. Continue with the 9th round. This round also works on one of the strands behind the stitches. Start with the stitch on the left side of the previous round slip stitch position. Join the yarn on one of the strands behind it. Then make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Next, work a double crochet into one of the strands behind each stitch in sequence. Keep working until there is 1 stitch left before the left chain space. After reaching the corresponding position, on one of the strands behind that stitch, work 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet continuously. Then pick up the chain space of the picket from round 7, and the chain space from round 8. And work 1 treble crochet through both loops. Then work 2 chains and 1 treble crochet. After finishing, continue working on one of the strands behind the left stitch. Work 1 treble crochet and 1 double crochet continuously. Once completed, work a double crochet into each stitch in sequence. Keep working until there is 1 stitch left before the 3 slip stitches on the left. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Pick up one of the strands behind the stitch and the slip stitch. Work 1 treble crochet separately. Then skip 1 slip stitch. On one of the strands behind the left slip stitch and the stitch, work 1 treble crochet separately. Treat the completed part as one group. This round is worked by repeating this group pattern. Continue and finish this round by referring to the chart. After completion, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. Now the 9th round is completed. Then secure the yarn ends. That's how motif 2 is completed. After finishing, measure the width again, or fit it well with motif 1 to confirm the dimension. When crocheting the motifs later, pay attention to checking the dimensions. Prevent any deviations, which could affect the joining effect. I won't repeat this in the following steps. Continue and crochet the required amount of motif 2 by referring to the chart. Next, let's work on motif 3. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch technique used here is half double crochet increase. Double crochet 3 stitches into 1 stitch. Now, let's show. Start with a magic ring. Then chain 3 as the beginning chain. Next, work 2 double crochets, and 1 chain onto the starting loop. Treat these 3 double crochets and 1 chain as one group. Repeat and make 3 more groups. After completing, tighten the magic ring. Finish by slipping stitching into the beginning chain. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Next, secure the yarn. Then move on to the second round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. Then skip 1 stitch. In the next stitch, crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. On the left side chain space, crochet 1 single crochet and 2 chains. Treat the completed section as one group. This round is repeated by following the pattern of this group. Refer to the chart and crochet all the way down to complete this round. After finishing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the second round is complete. Next, secure the yarn. Continue with the third round. Slip stitch from the previous round. Join the yarn at the chain space on the right side. Make 3 chains to start. Continue by picking up chain spaces and working 1 double crochet. Then work 2 chains. After completing, skip stitches and 1 chain space on the left. In the next chain space, work 3 double crochets. One chain, then 4 stitches for the picket stitch. On the left chain space, work 3 more double crochets. Then 2 chains. Take a look. Consider this part starting from this stitch as one group. This round is crocheted by repeating this group pattern. Refer to the chart and finish this round all the way down. Pay attention. Between each 2 groups, you need to skip stitches and 1 chain space. Crochet on the next chain space. When you reach the starting chain space of the round, continue by picking up chain spaces and working 1 double crochet, then work 1 slip stitch in the beginning chain. Pull tight. At this point, the third round is complete. Next, secure the yarn. Then move on to the fourth round. Find the chain spaces that were skipped in the second round. Join yarn there. Work 1 popcorn stitch. While crocheting, wrap the top chain of the previous round's chains. After completing it, work 1 ch4 picket. Here, after finishing 4 chains, directly pick up any 2 strands of yarn above the popcorn stitch and slip stitch. Pull tight. Then work 6 chains. This round involves working the stitches into the chain spaces skipped in the second round. These stitches are crocheted on those skipped chain spaces. Continue on the left side. In the chain space skipped in the second round, work 1 popcorn stitch. Work 1 ch4 picket. And then 6 chains. Repeat this pattern downwards. Refer to the chart to complete this round. After completion, pick up any 2 strands of yarn above the first popcorn stitch. Work 1 slip stitch. Pull tight. At this point, the fourth round is completed. Secure the yarn. Pay attention to the chains here. They should be worked underneath the third round. Continue with the fifth round. Join the yarn on the picket stitch. Work 5 consecutive DC2 bobbles on it. Between every 2 bobble stitches, work 3 chains as an interval. After completing them, work 2 more chains. Take a look. Treat the completed part as one group. This round is crocheted by repeating this group's pattern. Refer to the chart and complete this round moving downward. After completion, work a slip stitch on the first stitch. Tighten the yarn. At this point, round 5 is completed. Then secure the yarn tails. Below, we will work on round 6. Join the yarn in the chain space on the right side of the beginning chain. Work 1 chain as a beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet. Then skip the next stitch. On the chain space of the 3 chains on the left, work 4 double crochets. Next, you'll reach the chain space of 2 chains. Pick up the chain space and work 2 single crochets. The pattern for this round is, on the chain space of 3 chains, work 4 double crochets. On the chain space of 2 chains, work 2 single crochets. Skip all other stitches without working them. Continue following the pattern and refer to the chart. Finish this round according to the pattern. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The 6th round is now complete. Next, secure the yarn tails. Move on to the 7th round. Locate the picket from the 3rd round. Join the yarn there. Then work 1 beginning chain. Continue by picking up this position and working 1 single crochet. Skip the single crochet from the previous round, and the 1 double crochet on the left. In the next stitch, start with a DC3 in 1. Then work 1 half double crochet increase. The technique for this stitch is, work 2 half double crochets into the same position. That completes the half double crochet increase. Work 1 single crochet next. Then skip 1 stitch. On the left stitch, work a DC3 in 1, which means, crochet 3 double crochets into the same stitch. That completes the DC3 in 1. Next, work a CH4 SL picket. Now we've covered all the stitches used in this round. Continue to refer to the pattern and finish this round. Pay attention, some stitches need to be skipped. When you reach the middle of one side, work on the picket from the 3rd round. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Tighten the yarn. The 7th round is now complete. Then secure the yarn tail. For the 8th and 9th rounds, You will crochet behind the post of each stitch. The method has been demonstrated before. No new stitches are introduced. Note that in the 8th round, there is 1 chain at each corner. It should be placed underneath the picket from the 7th round. In the 9th round at the corners, you will work into both the picket from the 7th round and the chain from the 8th round together. For all other positions, just crochet correspondingly. Refer to the chart and finish the remaining rounds. That concludes motif 3. Now we've covered the 3 types of motifs needed for piece 1. After completing them in sequence, place them according to their positions on the chart. Then use the basting method to sew together all adjacent edges. Take a yarn tail more than 3 times the length of the edge you need to sew. Thread it through the needle. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side, at the corner of the motifs that need to be sewn together. At the corner position, hide the ends on the back. Pick up 2 adjacent motifs. Place them back to back. Here we will sew this edge together. Let's take a look here. Both the stitch and the chain consist of 2 strands of yarn like this. The one closer to you is the front loop. The one farther from you is the back loop. Start from the motif where the yarn tail is located. Exit through the back loop of the chain on the far right. Then insert into the back loop of the chain on the far right of the opposite upper motif. Exit through the back loop of the chain on the left side. Pull the yarn through. Insert at the tail position of the lower motif. Exit through the back loop of the stitch on the left side. Insert at the tail position of the upper motif. Exit through the back loop of the stitch on the left side. Continue sewing by repeating these steps. After sewing a few stitches, pull the yarn tail tight. This way, the surface won't show obvious visible stitches. It looks neater. Continue sewing downward. Always insert at the tail end position. Exit through the back loop of the adjacent stitch. Alternate sewing between the 2 motifs. Keep sewing until you finish the edge where these 2 motifs are adjacent. After every few stitches, tighten the yarn tail. After sewing, pick up the next 2 adjacent motifs. Sew these 2 motifs together in the same way. Continue to finish sewing this edge. Once done, hide the yarn tail on the wrong side, and fasten off the yarn. That's how you sew one edge. Next, follow the same method. Sew the other intersecting edge. When you reach the center crossover point, just sew according to the pattern as usual. Continue following the previous demonstration. After sewing this edge, hide the yarn tail and fasten off. This is how you sew these 4 motifs together. Once the motifs are sewn together, start crocheting the border for piece 1. Find the chain space at the corner of any motif. Join the yarn there. Make 1 beginning chain. Pick up the chain space and work 1 single crochet. Work 2 chains and 1 single crochet. Continue to work single crochets evenly. Keep crocheting until you reach the seam of the motif. Now you've reached this point. Work 1/2 double crochet in each of these 2 chain spaces. Crochet 1/2 double crochet in each of these chain spaces. Then continue working single crochets correspondingly. Take a look. The technique for this round is: at the corners chain space, work 1 single crochet, 2 chains and 1 single crochet. Work 1/2 double crochet in each of the 2 chain spaces at the joining point. For the rest of the positions, work single crochets evenly. Follow this method and refer to the pattern to complete this round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch at the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Then secure the yarn. There are 2 more rounds left for the edging. No new stitch techniques are used. Everyone can crochet by referring to the chart. Pay attention to switching colors for each round. That concludes the edging for fabric piece 1. Fabric piece 1 is now complete. Next, let's look at the technique for motif 4. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include the HDC3 puff and the CH1SL picket. The first round begins with the magic ring. Crochet 8 single crochets into the starting ring. This part is already completed. Now, let's move on to round 2. Start with an HDC3 puff. Since this is the beginning of the round, the technique is a bit special. First, chain 2 as the beginning chain. Then, in the first stitch below, work 2 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over, insert the hook, draw the yarn through, then pull the loops on the hook up to level with the right chain. That completes 1 incomplete half double crochet. Work another 1. After finishing, yarn over and pull through all loops. That completes 1 HDC3 puff. The stitch above on the right is the result of this stitch. Chain 1. Next, on the stitch on the left, work 1 HDC3 puff. First, work 3 incomplete half double crochets in this stitch. Mind to pull the loops high. Then yarn over and draw through all loops. This stitch is done. Chain 1 for a space. Let's have a look. In this round, work 1 HDC3 puff. In each stitch, work 1 chain between every 2 puff stitches. Follow this pattern to complete the round. After finishing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. Now the second round is complete. Next, secure the yarn tails. Continue with the third round. Join the yarn in the chain space on the left. Here, use the same color scheme as the previous round. The swatch is not for reference. Make 1 beginning chain, work 1 single crochet, and 3 chains. Then skip the next stitch. On the chain space on the left side, crochet 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Treat the completed section as one group. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to complete the round. After finishing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is complete. Next, secure the yarn ends. Then move on to the fourth round. Attach the yarn at the chain space on the right side. Make one beginning chain. On the chain space of one chain, crochet 1 single crochet, 4 chains and 1 single crochet. Then work 3 chains. On the chain space of 3 chains on the left side, crochet a DC2 bobble and 3 chains. Treat the completed section as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart to complete the round. After finishing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The fourth round is completed. Next, secure the yarn ends. Now move on to the fifth round. Join yarn by picking up the V-shaped loop on the right side of the slip stitch. Crochet 3 chains. Then at the third round below, pick up the single crochet. Work 1 front post single crochet through the entire single crochet stitch. Next, on the fourth round on the left side, in the raised chain space, crochet 1 half double crochet, follow with 5 double crochets. Then make a CH1SL picket. The technique for this stitch is, first, crochet 1 chain, then insert the hook into the front loop of the stitch, and the left yarn. Work a slip stitch together. That's how you complete the CH1SL picket. Continue with 5 double crochets in the same chain space. Follow with 1 half double crochet. Then below, on the third round single crochet, work 1 front post single crochet through the entire single crochet stitch. After that, make 2 chains. On the fourth round's chain space below, work 1 loose slip stitch. That is, the right chain of the DC2 bobble. Carry the yarn across after finishing, which means enlarging the loop, pulling it through the yarn ball, and tightening it. Then on this bobble stitch, on the chain space to its left, draw the yarn through. This way, the yarn tail transitions to the left chain space. The carried yarn on the wrong side aligns with the fabric piece. Don't pull it too tight, to prevent the fabric piece from puckering. Take a look. Consider the part already completed as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart to complete this round. After finishing, secure with one chain. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. This completes the 5th round. Continue with the 6th round. Find the DC2 bobble from the 4th round. Join the yarn in the space to the right of this bobble stitch. Crochet 1 HDC3 puff stitch. Then work 2 chains. Continue below at this bobble stitch. In the space to its left, work 1 HDC3 puff stitch and 8 chains. Consider the part already completed as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart to complete this round. Mind that the chains should be underneath the 5th round. After completing, join with a slip stitch on the first stitch. Pull tight. The 6th round is complete. Weave in the ends afterward. Move on to the 7th round. Start by joining the yarn. Find the position of continuous DC stitches from the 5th round. Pick any 2 threads from the center of the back for joining the yarn. The color scheme here is identical to the previous round. The sample swatch isn't used as a reference. Then, make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the joining position. Chain 3. On the left bobble stitch, work 1 single crochet and chain 2. On the left chain space, work 1 HDC3 puff and chain 2. On the left bobble stitch, work 1 single crochet and chain 3. Pay attention. Here, the HDC2 puff stitch is not very noticeable in the stitches. You can also crochet on the small hole above. The exact position can be adjusted according to personal preference. Consider the part already completed as one group. Following this pattern, refer to the chart and complete this round. Note that the first single crochet in a group should pick up the 5th round of continuous double crochets. Crochet through the 2 strands on the wrong side middle. After completion, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The 7th round is done. Next, weave in the ends. Now for the 8th round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch on the left side of the chain space. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 3 single crochets. Skip a stitch. Crochet 3 single crochets in the next chain space. Two chains. Crochet 3 single crochets in the left chain space. Continue skipping stitches. Crochet 4 single crochets in the next chain space. skip a stitch, then crochet 4 single crochets in the left chain space. This round involves skipping stitches and crocheting single crochets into chain spaces. Note, at the corner positions, you also need to make 2 chains. Refer to the chart to complete this round. When finished, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The 8th round is done. Next, weave in the ends. Continue with the 9th round. Locate the picket stitch from the 5th round. Pick any 2 strands to join the yarn. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet at the joining point. Then work half double crochets evenly. Note, start on the stitch to the right of the slip stitch from the previous round. At the left chain space, crochet 1 double crochet, then 2 chains and 1 double crochet. Then continue to work 7 half double crochets evenly. Crochet all the way to the middle position, on the picket stitch from the 5th round. Pick any 2 strands, and crochet 1 single crochet, then crochet 7 more half double crochets. Pay attention to the insertion point. Make sure not to crochet into the wrong stitch. Refer to the pattern and finish this round. When completed, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The 9th round is complete. Next, secure the yarn ends. The stitch technique for the upcoming 10th round has been demonstrated before. Just follow the chart to crochet. That concludes the explanation of motif 4. Continue following the chart to crochet the required amount of motif 4. Now let's take a look at how to crochet motif 5. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch used here is the HDC 2 puff stitch. Now, let's show. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet 1 HDC 2 puff stitch. This is the beginning of the round. First, make 2 chains as your starting point. Then, work an incomplete half double crochet, yarn over and draw through all the loops once. The HDC 2 puff stitch is now complete. Above to the right is the resulting stitch. Next, make 1 chain for the space. Next, crochet another HDC 2 puff stitch. Start with 2 incomplete half double crochets. Then yarn over and pull through all the loops. The HDC 2 puff stitch is now complete. In this round, you need to make a total of 8 HDC 2 puff stitches. Between each pair of HDC 2 puff stitches, make 1 chain for the space. Continue working until you finish the entire round. Afterward, tighten the magic ring. Once done, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Next, secure the yarn. For the second round, you'll crochet into the chain spaces of the first round. There are no new stitches used. Refer to the pattern and finish crocheting this round. This is the sample swatch after completing the second round. Continue with the third round. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Make one beginning chain. Crochet one single crochet and one chain. Next, on the stitches of the first round, work DC3 and 1. Pay attention here to wrap the chain braid from the second round together as you work. After finishing, add one more chain. Treat the completed section as one group. Follow this pattern and refer to the chart to finish the round. When done, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is complete. Next, secure the yarn tails. For the fourth to sixth rounds, no new stitches are used. Just follow the pattern chart to crochet. Note that for the fifth round's front post single crochet, you need to insert the hook under the entire single crochet from the third round. The sixth round's back post single crochet is worked on the stitch. This is the sample swatch after completing the sixth round. Continue with the seventh round. First, join the yarn at the slip stitch position. Make one beginning chain. Work one single crochet. Work two single crochets in the left chain space. Skip the stitch and work in the left chain space. Draw out one single crochet. Work one half double crochet. Make two chains. Work one half double crochet and one single crochet. Skip the stitch and work in the left chain space. Work two single crochets. Work one single crochet in the stitch. Work one single crochet in the chain space. Make 3 more chains. After completing, find this middle chain on the left side. Pick up the back loop of this chain, that is, this one yarn at the back. Work one loose slip stitch. Take all similar positions like this going forward. Continue crocheting in rounds while referring to the pattern chart to complete this round. After completion, slip stitch into the first stitch. Pull tight. The seventh round is now completed. Weave in the ends afterward. For the eighth round, join the yarn at the required position first. Then follow the chart to crochet until you reach the slip stitch position. Here, you will crochet through both strands of the V-shaped loop formed by the slip stitch. There are no new stitches used in the 8th round. Just refer to the chart and finish this round. That concludes motif 5. Next, refer to the chart to crochet the required amount of motif 5. Now let's take a look at how to crochet motif 6. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. No new stitches are used here. In the first round, you will crochet the required stitches onto the magic ring. Rounds 2 through 4 are similar to the granny square section of the back piece. In the last round, pick up stitches and crochet chains. Next, everyone refer to the chart. Crochet the required number of motif 6. That concludes motif 6. After crocheting all the required motifs, it's time to sew the motifs together. First, follow the joining diagram to sew the outer edge motifs together. Once done, sew the inner circle of these outer motifs to the outer circle of piece 1. Pay attention, the circle of piece 1 that corresponds to the outer edge motifs has a different stitch count, but it's not too different. You need to adjust the position of the outer motifs while sewing. Here, I'll demonstrate the adjustment method. The outer motifs have more stitches. Here we will Adjust by sewing only the middle stitch of each motif. Start by matching, and sewing a few stitches. Continue sewing until you reach the middle stitch of the top motif. This is a sample swatch for demonstration, so there are fewer stitches to sew. When adjusting, simply skip one stitch, then start sewing again at the next insertion point. On piece 1, continue sewing by inserting the hook in the previous entry position. That completes one adjustment. For each motif on the outer circle, adjust once at the middle position. Repeat this process to make the adjustments. Align both ends of one side as needed. The specific position and stitch count can also be adjusted based on the actual situation. Pay attention to distribute the adjustments evenly when making them. That concludes the sewing part. Next, we'll learn about crocheting the edging, which involves crocheting in rounds around the front and back pieces together. No new stitch patterns are used in this step. Mindful during the attachment process. Leave an opening on one side of the square. Below, I'll use this sample to demonstrate the edging technique. First, place the front and back pieces with their wrong sides facing each other. The front piece should face us. Pick up the chain loop at the corner position of the front and back pieces. Join the yarn. Then make 3 chains to start. Next, crochet 8 double crochets. Remember, 1 stitch corresponds to 1 stitch. Pick up both layers of the fabric piece, and crochet them together. When you encounter a chain braid, pick up the chain braid and crochet it. After completing, leave the opening, that is, only crochet on the front piece. Skip 1 stitch, then continue to work double crochets in each and every stitch. Keep going until you finish all the stitch positions of the current motif. Then skip the chain space. Continue working double crochets in the stitches. Pay attention to the outer edge motifs on the front piece. You also need to skip some stitches before crocheting. The exact position can be checked by referring to the chart. Continue following the chart until there are 9 stitches left in the last motif. Now you've reached the corresponding position. Skip the 9th stitch. Pick up the back piece at the next stitch and start crocheting. Make sure to crochet correspondingly. This way, the opening will be left out. At the corners, always pick up the chain braid. Crochet 2 double crochets. 2 chains and 2 double crochets. Then continue by picking up both layers of the fabric pieces, and crochet them together. Keep in mind that the cushion is a square shape, so except for the side with the opening, the remaining 3 sides have the same crochet technique. When crocheting the front and back pieces together, skip the chain position of the outer edge motif on the front piece. Then skip some stitches of the motif. Refer to the chart for the exact position. The back piece is crocheted one stitch to another. Continue crocheting by referring to the chart. No new stitch techniques are used. After completing the crocheting, secure the yarn tails. That concludes how to crochet the edging. Finally, take the color from the last round of the outer edge motif. At the top of where the motifs are joined together, attach the button. The method can be random. Just make sure the button is secured firmly. Pay attention that the visible stitches should not appear on the right side while sewing. That concludes how to sew the button. Here, the button is tied to the corresponding chain space on the back piece. Up to this point, the entire process of making the pillowcase has been covered. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to contact us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.